Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to be replacing one of the servos in this plane. Recently I had one of them die. It's no longer responding correctly, so I got a brand new Metal Gear servo off of Amazon. And I'll go into more detail on that later. But for now, we're going to be pulling the old servo out of it, and we'll be putting the new one in. Some of the tools that you'll need is obviously your transmitter. You will need to be able to power up your airplane as well, just to center your servos. Unless you have a servo tester, you can use that as well. Some of the things you'll need, I like to use zip ties for cable management. Some people use other things, but I prefer zip ties. It's nice and easy. You need an assortment of tools. Wire cutters, nippers for obviously cutting zip ties. You need some pliers as well, just to help you get into those small areas. You need some screwdrivers, depending what type of screws you have holding your servos in place. Usually they're Phillips head. I've seen a couple that were with that had flathead screwdrivers on them. So sometimes I like using an electric screwdriver. Works really well. Just don't over tighten it. Then we'll go ahead and get into it. The first thing you want to do is make sure your plane is powered on. We're going to go ahead and turn the transmitter on. Alright, we're going to turn the plane on as well. Give it a second. Alright, it's powered up. So as you can see, I'm giving it rudder, and I don't know if you hear it, but you can hear the servo is buzzing just a little bit. Not because it's straining, but because the servo is dead. And as you can see, it's on the screen, but it moves fairly easily. So we're going to go ahead and shut this off. Now we're going to flip the plane over and access the internals. Go ahead and flip it over. Now here, we're going to take off both the hatches because the servos are right here and my RC gear is in here. Alright, so now we're going to access the internals. Set those aside. Hopefully this is still in frame. We'll scoot over a little bit. And now, you can see it's actually that servo that died, the rudder servo. Alright, so now I got the plane finally into a position, and the camera as well. So now we're going to go ahead and remove our rudder servo. Unplug it straight from the receiver, and just pass the wire right through. You're going to want to disconnect your control arm from the servo. Go ahead and pull that out. Hopefully you can see. And this is the screw I just pulled out. I'm going to set that aside. Make sure you can put it in, see it later. Set it on there. Alright, now we're going to pull this off. Pull the control arm off the servo. And take our flathead screwdriver. And if you can see, hopefully you can see, I'm going to try and pop those away, the pin apart, so I can pull the arm out. Sorry, this is the best angle I can get. And hopefully not break the pin in the process. There we go. Yeah, there we go. I just pulled the servo arm off. I'm going to set that aside as well. Now we'll go ahead and pull all the screws out of our servo. That screw. Alright. Servo is unscrewed. Now it's going to pull it straight out. We're going to pull it straight up, then tilt it back towards where this wire is. We're just going to pull it straight out, then tip it back, and pull it out the rest of the way. So this is the servo I was using. I don't know if you can kind of see. TowerPro SG5010. These servos are really good. They're in the rest of the plane, but this one decided to die on me. But let me find the other servo where to go. Oh, found it. Alright, so this is the servo I'm using. I'll take it out, I'll show you. So this is the new servo I'm using. It's a, if you can pronounce that, Tangkong RC MG995. It's a high-speed digital, and I've heard a lot about these ones, and supposedly they're decent. It's a little bit heavier, but that's just because it's a metal gear. So we are going to go ahead and grab the parts that it comes with. We're going to take the rubber grommets out, as well as the brass bushings. I think that's what they're called. Go ahead and take them out. And let's dump it right over here. Alright. So in the past several years of building these things, I've learned a couple of tricks. So for these little rubber pieces right here, if you actually squeeze them, they slip in a lot easier into that hole. Squeeze it, slip it right in, just like that. We'll go ahead and get the rest of them in. Just squeeze it, and it slips in really easily. See? There we go. Put the other two in real quick. Sorry about my little brothers and sisters. Alright, you can see they're all in there. See if I can get the light to shine on it. Alright, now I actually learned a trick when installing those brass bushings, or fittings, whatever you call them. So if you take like a small screwdriver or something, in my case I don't have a really small enough one, but I have a small Allen key that fits right into the hole. If you slip it right over it with the little flange facing away, it'll focus. Maybe. I don't know, you get the point. The bigger part is on this side right here. A little lip. If you just go ahead and put them all on there. I was taught this way a couple years ago, and it makes things so much easier. Alright, so now if you take your servo, slip it into the grommet right there, rubber grommet, and just give it a little push. And look at that, super easy. Push the other ones in. No effort needed, really. The Allen key just helps line it up. You just give it a little push. Oh, this one's being a little bit of pain. There we go. You just give them a little push with your finger, just to make sure they're all the way down. Like that. Perfect, right? Alright, now we're going to go ahead and install it in the plane. Remember to go in at an angle. I don't know if you can kind of see. Just to get the wire in there first. You're going to straighten it up, and it should slip right in. These servos are the exact same size as the original, so I shouldn't run into any problems. In the package it also came with some extra screws for mounting it, but I'm going to use the original ones that came with it. And since my screwdriver is doesn't have a magnetic tip, I'm going to use my electric one because it does have a magnetic tip. We're just going to go ahead and zip it in, but don't go all the way, just because you don't want to strip the threads out. We'll do the final tightening with the screwdriver. I don't know if there's a specific pattern that you use for installing them, but I'm just doing like in a crisscross pattern. Alright, now we'll take our Phillips head screwdriver. Let's give it one little tightening. Just make sure they're fully seated and tight. Alright, now the servo's in there. Nice. Now we're going to take our servo arms. These are the brand new ones. I'm going to be using this one with the 2 poles. I'm going to go ahead and stick it in the control arm. I'm actually going to find some pliers. Let's take these ones and just use it to help open it up a little bit. Might try swapping hands or flipping this up. Okay, it's a little bit tight compartment, but sorry if you can't really see it. Try my best. Also, if this is your first time visiting my channel, don't forget to leave a like down below and make sure to hit that subscribe button so you get notified when I upload new videos. Oh, there it is. Yeah, leave a comment down below. Make sure I'm doing it all right. See if I'm doing everything correctly. All right, so now we got it in there. Now we're gonna take our pliers again and just pinch it shut. Make sure you hear that snap, and make sure it's not the snap of it breaking. Alright, just like that. Now I'll go ahead and slip it right on. Actually, wait, before that, we're going to go ahead and plug it in, make sure the servo is centered. Or you can use your servo tester, whichever you would like, if you have it. So this one is channel 4. Right there. Alright, just like that. Turn our transmitter on.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Alright, hopefully you can see that all. Alright, and we'll go ahead and turn our plane on.
RF signal critical.
Alright, now. Now why is that? Oh. You know, it helps when the servo is put in the correct direction as well. The servo lead. I had it this way when it needs to be this way, with the signal on this side and the negative on that side. It helps when it's in correctly, in the slot correctly. Now theoretically it should, yep, there it goes. I don't know if you heard it, but yep, that one's working now. Now make sure it's centered. All your trims are centered. We'll go ahead and slip this on. That was weird. Just like that. Alright, so I noticed that my trim is off a little bit. So we're going to pop it out again. And just twist the control horn to push it out. We're just going to spin it once. See how well that works. Go ahead and stuff it back on. Well, I went the wrong way. So we're gonna flip it the other way. Flip it 2 times. Alright, so now much better. Awesome. Works perfectly. Make sure it's on all the way. Now we're going to take the machine screw that it came with to secure the servo arm. Go ahead and stick that on the end of our screwdriver. Go ahead and stick it on there. We're not going to tighten all the way down until we do the final tightening with our screwdriver. Awesome. Just like that. And now we're going to take our zip ties and do some cable management. Alright, so now everything should work. We're going to go ahead and put our hatches back on. Let's start with this one right here. So it just slips right there. And also with this plane, recently I got a brand new engine. So I actually got it for Christmas. The original one that was on it was a glow powered, so it ran on nitro fuel. That one was actually discontinued now, but it was a OS Max 46 LA glow engine, nitro engine. Oops. That's what it used to power, and then that one was about 7.5 cc. But the one I have on it now is actually gasoline powered. It's a NGH GT9 Pro, I think it is. It's a 9cc gasoline engine, and right now, well, with the old engine, I used to be running a 11-inch prop with a number 6. No, yeah, it was a number 6 pitch. But now with this one, I'm actually spinning a 12-inch propeller. So I actually I was flying it yesterday, and it proved to have a lot more power. So yeah, that's how you replace a servo in a model aircraft. All right, so I think this is gonna call it for the end of the video, but I'll power it on real quick again to show you.
Welcome to Orbit TX.
A second. Ooh, turn it on. Okay. As you see, hopefully it's on a frame. I got elevator. Ailerons obviously aren't on. I got better now. There's throttle. Alright. So yeah, I just looked again, and this is a NGH Pro 9cc gasoline engine. You can kind of see right here. Hopefully it'll focus. Yeah, GT9 Pro. It's a 2-stroke gasoline engine. I run it on fully synthetic 2-stroke oil and a mixture of 20:1. And it's spinning a 12x6 prop. I believe it's actually a master air screw. So yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna call it for this video. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and you'll have a wonderful rest of your evening.